Welcome back to my channel. Today we are working on programming challenge 6 in the book Starting Out with Java, and the chapter is chapter 11. And this programming challenge is called Joe's Automotive Shop, and we have to calculate the services that he offers in his shop. He offers oil change, lube job, radiator flush, transmission flush, inspection, muffler, replacement, and tire rotation. And here are the prices. And he charges $20 per hour for labor plus parts. So we have to create a graphical user interface that would give the user an option to calculate the customer's charge. And here I created the class. It extends JFrame so that we have a window, and it implements two interfaces: action listener and item listener. The reason I'm using item listener is because I am using checkboxes. So I want to keep track of the checkboxes when it's clicked or checked. And here are the services and their prices I created as static members of the class. Here is the tire rotation. And here are the checkboxes. I think there are 8 of them. And there is also non-routine service where the person can enter how many hours they worked, and we calculate the charge. And here are JLabel for hours label, JText field for the hours text field, and here are 2 buttons. Here are 3 panels, main panel, and button panel to hold the checkboxes and the panels and the buttons. Here are 2 fields that will hold the total and the labor per hour, which is $20. Here is the constructor. The constructor gives the title, calls the build panel method. It will set the background of the window. And here is the standard. And here is the build panel. We set the panels and we set the color, background color. We set, we add all the checkboxes to the panel, and we set the item listeners to each checkboxes so that we can know when a checkbox is clicked. And that's it. Here is the button panel. We add a space, border space. We add the hours label. I forgot to tell you guys, here at the beginning of the build panel, I set hours label and hours text field to visibility to false, because we don't want to show the hours because that will only be shown when the person wants to have a non-routine service. Only then we can show. Otherwise, it will be hidden. So here are all the button panel, and we add the buttons and the label and the text field. Here are the calculate button and exit button. We add the action listeners. Here we set the background of exit and calculate button. Here is the item listener or item state changed, I mean. And we will check first if the user clicked or checked non-routine checkbox, and we also check if it is clicked, and if so, we set the hours label and the hours text field to true, effectively showing the label and the hours text field. Otherwise, we set the label and the text field to false, the visibility to false. And here is the other checkboxes. If the user checks the oil change, then we add the total to the oil change price. We do that for all the checkboxes, whether it's a lube job or a rotator, a radiator flush, transmission flush, or a muffler replacement. We add the prices to the total. Here is the main method. Here is the action listener. We create a decimal format to format the money. Here is the labor charge field variable. And we check if the non-routine check box is selected. And if so, we set the hours text field to true and the hours label to true. Then we check if the hours text field has content. The user entered some hours to the text field, and if so, we capture it here in this int variable, and then we multiply hours by times the labor per hour static field, and we set it to the labor charge field here. And here we say if it is equal to exit button, then we terminate the entire program. And here we say if it is a calculate button, if the user clicks the calculate button, then we set we show the message. I added an image to the JOcean pane dialog box. I added this image. Here is the total. Here is the labor charge. Here is the title of the dialog window. And here is the information type. The dialog type is the information. And lastly, I added icon. So when we run this program, it should give us the calculation. Here is the graphical user interface, and here the label and the text field is hidden now. When we click here, non-routine, it should appear, right? It appears now, right? When we click it here, it disappears. So let's say we went to the Joe's Automotive shop and we had an oil change and we replaced muffler, and we had a tire rotation. Once we click calculate, Here's the image that I added to the dialog window, and here's the total for the services. There is no labor charge because there is no routine service checked, and our charge is $146. If we click, let's say if we click non-routine, and let's say he worked 2 hours, let's see the results. Here you can see it's $40 because for each hour he works is $20. So 2 times 20 is 40, and 40 we will pay $40 for the labor and 146 for the other services. So I think we completed the requirements for this programming challenge. So thank you for guys watching. Thank you for watching this video, and if you find this helpful, please give it a like. And if you have any questions or you need the source code, let me know. I will post it somewhere. And if you want to see similar videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.